Of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This will be taken in at the 1. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Lock in. Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20. Hey, Charlie.
Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
2nd and 10, it's Trubisky again. He's got Burton here. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. They go play action. Trubisky trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Vernon Hargreaves with a pick. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Back to the air, Trubisky after the pick 6. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
First down, Chicago.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. He's got the first down and more past midfield. The 30, 10, touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, touchdown number 15 on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
We got to step it up. Let's go. It's time to play. Let's go.
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, Winston. And he finds Howard complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Khalil Mack. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that. He said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts, understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
Well, the jet sweep to start the drive, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Trubisky will throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. In for the score. And the Bears have taken the lead.
And that's exactly what you're supposed to do with good field position. You make the other side pay when you don't have far to go for the score.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious? Jones hit and the ball's out. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. First down, a run with Cohen. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts this down to a 3rd and about 5.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Now Trubisky to throw. Able to find Shaheen here. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations. But a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Tariq Cohen, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Check 45 to Mike. Check 45.
Now on 2nd and 13. Winston, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Floyd racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead.
Check 20. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Switch.
3rd and long for Winston. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Khalil Mack, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. An incomplete, crisis averted, almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now it's Trubisky. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And that will be incomplete. Devin White, the rookie out of LSU, there to bat that one away. Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. Oh, that was never on target. It's no good. Wide to the right. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. After the missed kick, they're in really good position. They'll begin this drive at the 39 now. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd and 9, Winston. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing here, Trubisky. This is caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A 20-yard touchdown as the Bears push further out in front. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go. At their own 25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They'll run it here with P-Ryan. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Even. 4 down. Even.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Fighting through, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, but it'll be 2nd down.
Ready? You ready? I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Winston. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Trubisky gives to Cohen. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 29, Trubisky, and he'll find Hall. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness and is chipping away at their confidence.
Now Trubisky into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker, and he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was tough.
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Wide, get wide. Kill. Turn up. Kill. And go.
Winston from his end zone on 3rd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. When you're on your own 1-yard line like they were, oftentimes you're thinking just run on any down, get some space there. They elect to throw it. It cost them.
You get the sense that they were banking on the element of surprise, right? Everyone expects you to run it there. Let's take a shot. Let's throw it, try and create some space, some room, and it went awry, didn't it?
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal.
Bandit. Bandit.
Ran.
45, 45.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Watch the pass. 45. Mike, 45.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. This will be caught at about the 5. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together to watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And he is out of bounds right around the 34. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 4 down.
Green, Timothy.
From the gun, Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
It's just me and you.
Easy.
Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And oh my goodness, he loses it again.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Ready? Blue ready.
Mike, 45.
Check. Here we go. Even.
Check 50.
Off the play fake. Winston. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And got his man complete. Rashad Perriman off to the races. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Rashad Perriman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll cut this to a 17-point spread. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Play action. It's Trubisky going up top. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky as the Bears push further out in front.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Here's Winston. And now here is another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it.
Intercepted by the Bears. His guys take over first and 10 at the 12-yard line.
On first down, Cohen. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
You got it. You got it.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. The kick by Pinheiro is good. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Brings up third down and 11.
Ready? Blue waiting.
He's scared.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
On third down, Winston. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Rabbit.
Again, it's Cohen. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run on first down. It's Cohen. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The 35-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Alert.
This is Cohen on the toss. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Now it's Trubisky. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. Jameis to throw it. Airing this one out for Evans. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver or tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Ready. Black, can you do that?
Ricky.
To throw, Winston. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Kill.
First down, Winston. He finds his target. It's Evans. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. Winston now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, they were unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Jones. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bucs on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Wait.
Winston. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Now Jones. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bucs are able to cut in now to that deficit. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now down to 20. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 40, 20, 10, touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, 78 yards as the Bears push further out in front. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ball game. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Winston. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Oh, Cohen lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Go! 180!
Mike, 45. I got one.
Man, go! Come!
On second down now, it's Cohen. And some space here. There he goes left side. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, 70 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Let's go.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
And that's called winning at the point of attack, isn't it? Right there at the line of scrimmage. I know he's a little bummed out now. He doesn't get credit for a tackle for a loss, but no gain, his guys will take that.
And speaking of winning, to be as cheesy as we can, he was the winner of the NFC Defensive Player of the Week award from last week, so he's really stringing together some good football.
So not only did he get a gold star, he might have gotten a gold watch too, huh?
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 1.
The Bucs on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Throwing, Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Here's Winston. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Floyd, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for him because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did him no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense is going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
So well done there, and these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do, and now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. The Bears on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. On third down, a run with Cohen. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Returnable for Thomas. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided? This is caught at the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the lead drops from 34 to 27. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all three timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They try again with Cohen. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now Cohen. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
13 yards.
Come on, let's
First
go.
down, Chicago.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
Let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Today's final score, Bears 55, Buccaneers 28.